Yeah, protests erupt in China after furious workers demand back pay as Trump's tariffs on imports jolt economy.
Everybody hates I told you so, but I can't help it. If Xi Jinping doesn't come around, there will be a revolution in China because of this. He's not doing this for the wellness of the people of China. He's doing this because his ego is out of control and he wants to beat Trump. What's going to happen here is he's going to crack and give in, which will have him lose respect, or he's not going to crack. It's going to get worse for his citizens and there will be massive civil unrest. What he should have done is, like a man, sit down with Trump behind closed doors and be like, look, dude, neither one of us want this. This is going to make us both look stupid. Let's figure this out. What's fair is fair, and let's make it look like we're heroes, not like we're dumb.
Both can be winners.
That's right.
Yeah.
What is up, guys? It's Andy Frisella, and this is the show for the realists. Say goodbye to the lies, the fakeness, and delusions of modern society, and welcome to reality, guys. Today, we have Andy and DJ.
Cruise the internet.
We're going to cruise it. Are you told to make it like super white?
Yeah, bro, Madot. Bro, I'm not playing. Like, Madot literally got on me.
What did he say?
He's like, DJ, stop saying the F-bomb.
Okay. Well, do I got to stop saying it too then? All right. So should we do it over?
Bro, listen. No curse words the whole episode.
That's impossible.
It's possible. I believe in you.
There's no way, dude. There's no way. Anyway, what's up, dude? Oh, before we get into it, just remind you guys, please share the show. All right. We put a lot of time and effort into the show. We don't run ads on the show. I don't fill your ears full of bousha. See?
Bukkake.
Yeah, bukkake.
There we go. That's acceptable.
Yeah, for the with bogus advertisements of BS that I don't use. So we appreciate if you help us share the show. All right. So don't be a hoe.
Share the show.
All right. So what's up?
Yeah, not much, man. Not much. Yeah.
It's no way, dude.
Bro, we can do it.
No, we cannot.
We can do this.
No, we can't.
We can do this. All right. We can listen, I have faith.
All right.
All right. We're gonna try. Yeah, man. What's going on with you though, man?
None, dude.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Tuesday day here.
Yeah, getting ready to start my rap career.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
And my tech company. That thing's gonna be awesome.
No, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah. My second life, my 10th life. You know, sitting next to Elon.
Yeah, dude, Elon's a very peculiar guy.
Yeah, he's interesting, man.
Yeah,
big thinker. No boundaries.
Yeah, dude.
It's very rare that you run into someone who could think without any guide rails. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he's very unemotional about it too. Like that's a crazy thing, bro. Like it's so crazy. Like just the autism spectrum by itself, you know. Like it's so wide.
Is he really? You think he really is?
No, for sure.
Does he say he is?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, man.
Autism's like, you know, it's like that uncle at the cookout. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it touched him a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
It touched him a little bit.
Yeah, the autism touched him. Autism's like the uncle at the cookout.
Your uncle touched you?
It touched him a little bit.
Oh. No, dude. I don't think it's like that at all. I actually think Elon is my favorite entrepreneur. And I'll tell you why. Because when you look at the big look, I have way more respect for the little guy who's grinding it out because that is 100 times harder than what he's doing. Yeah. It just is, okay? Yeah. And I've worked with some of the biggest companies in the world, and it's a lot different when you can just say, hey, do that, and you don't have to worry about writing a check for it or whatever, right?
Shit gets done.
Yeah, and there you go. You lost a bet.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So it's a different game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we end up in a situation where they can just write checks, attract the biggest talent. But like when you're running a small business, that's not the case, man. You got to grind it out. You got to bootstrap it. You got to cultivate people and build people. And you're dealing with people that can't work for the bigger companies that get, you know what I'm saying? Like Elon's. And, you know, the beginning is always the hardest. It just is. And what's that? Does he? Well, we all got something, bro. Apparently, I got Tourette's.
Who said that?
Me.
No.
It's trendy to have stuff now. You can't make fun of me because I got Tourette's. I'm in a protected class. right? Fuck.
Yeah, right. Right.
See how that works?
Yeah.
So anyway, I like Elon because for real, dude, when you look at like the biggest entrepreneurs on his level, you know, they took something and evolved it. And when you know, you look at e-commerce, it came from business, right? And when I look at Elon, I see him like thinking outside the box completely.
So outside the box.
Yeah, right. And I think that's cool, man.
No, for sure.
It's hard to think that way.
Highly respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got? Oh, okay. This starting to pick up some traction. We can keep it PG. Where is the weirdest place you've ever had intercourse?
What are you talking about?
Like, what's the weirdest place?
I don't know.
Like, weirdest.
Dude, I couldn't tell you.
How about a porta potty?
No.
All right. Well, this couple did, and it got flipped over on them.
Well, that's gross.
It's fucking
dude. How could you even do that with that smell, bro?
That's what, dude. It's nasty, man.
Yeah.
And it's like I want to preface this, right? You know what I'm saying? Because the porta potty, like everybody knows what a porta potty looks
bro,
like.
I could smell it right now. Just
got the blue shit in there.
Yeah.
You know,
it's gross.
And the shit in there.
Yeah.
You know, now, like,
oh, dude, that's gross.
Dude, they did it. And there's a clip. Check it out.
Oh my God.
No, somebody tipped it over. He's mad.
I did not touch it. I got a video and it wasn't me. I got a video and it wasn't me.
He's got toilet paper. Oh,
bro, imagine what that guy smells like.
Oh, my goodness.
How do they know they were having sex?
Oh, they were doing it. I mean, that's the reason.
There ain't no way that little dude's put enough horsepower behind that to swing that thing over.
Well,
dude.
It wasn't a handicap stall. It was a normal size.
That's a little guy. He didn't have enough leverage.
Bro, my thing is like, okay, like, all right, you got to get it on. Situation dictates, you know. But damn, a porta potty though, lady, like, come on, guys. Like, if it would have been like one of those nice ones, I can understand. That's cool.
That's just gross, dude.
You know, but fuck,
that's
man.
nasty shit,
dude.
That's nasty shit. I'd kill someone over that. That would cost me prison. I'm not playing, man. Think if it got in your, it got in his mouth,
bro. It's everywhere, man.
Yeah,
that is bad. Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah, that's nasty. All right, moving on.
Yep, just thought that was interesting, man. Yeah, a lot of stuff to cover. Let's get into our cruise, guys. Remember, if you want to see any of these pictures, articles, links, videos, go to andyfrisella.com. You guys can check them out there. You can also come watch us on the tube and check out all the videos here. With that being said, let's get to our first set.
Don't forget about the MSCEO project coming up. Just saying, it's coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
I have quite a few projects getting ready to launch.
You do.
I've I've been in the lab, like they say. Like they say.
Yeah, they say. Yeah, it's working. Working, man. But yeah, let's get into our first set. Head to the White House. Trump met with Canada's Prime Minister. And of course, in Trump fashion, before the dude even gets there, he's talking shit on fucking Canada. Trump jabs, this is CNN, by the way. Trump jabs Canada moments before welcoming Prime Minister to the White House. So Trump put out a truth literally like minutes before this guy's motorcade showed up, saying, quote, I look forward to meeting the new Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney. I very much want to work with him, but cannot understand one simple truth. Why is America subsidizing Canada by $200 billion a year, in addition to giving them free military protection and many other things? Trump wrote in a Truth Social post. Now, this guy, Mark Carney, we've talked about him on the show briefly. He was the guy that, has close relationships or ties with Ghislaine Maxwell, right? Remember those pictures came out?
Yep. I
believe he's a banker. He had an office, governor of the Bank of England for 7 years. Liberal Party of Canada. But yeah, they met. A lot of things happened in that meeting. There's been some fighting between U.S. forces and Houthis over in the Middle East. Apparently, there's now like a ceasefire. That was one of the things that came out of the meeting. Let's check this clip out.
We had some very good news last night. The Houthis have announced that they are not, or they've announced to us at least, that they don't want to fight anymore. They just don't want to fight. And we will honor that. And we will stop the bombings. And they have capitulated. But more importantly, we will take their word. They say they will not be blowing up ships anymore. And that's what the purpose of what we were doing. So that's just news. We just found out about that. So I think that's very, very positive. They were knocking out a lot of ships going, as you know, sailing beautifully down the various seas. It wasn't just the canal. It was a lot of other places. And I will accept their word, and we are going to stop the bombing of the Houthis, effective immediately. And Marco, you'll let everybody know that.
Yeah. That's one of the things came out of the meeting. Other things happened in the meeting, too. Read this. Trump offers blunt 3-word response after Carney says Canada is not for sale. So, dude, this dude is wild, bro. Trump is wild. All right. Like, he's witty. He's with it. And there was an interesting exchange on Tuesday when Trump again said that he wanted Canada to become America's 51st state. But Mark Carney, obviously being new in office, has to protect his position. You know what I'm saying? Let's check this exchange out.
Well, if I may, as you know from real estate, there are some places that are never for sale.
That's true.
We're sitting in one right now, Buckingham Palace that you visited as well.
That's true.
And having met with the owners of Canada over the course of the campaign last several months, it's not for sale, won't be for sale ever. But the opportunity is in the partnership and what we can build together. And we have done that in the past. And part of that, as the president just said, is with respect to our own security. And my government is committed for a step change in our investment in Canadian security and our partnership. And I'll say this as well, that the president has revitalized international security, revitalized NATO, and us playing our full weight in NATO, and that will be part of it.
True. And they have, I must say, Canada is stepping up the military participation because Mark knew, they were low, and now they're stepping it up, and that's a very important thing. But never say never. Never say never.
Let's get back to that Houthi thing.
Yeah, bro.
Were the Houthis actually blowing up ships? Or was this somebody making it seem like the Houthis were blowing up ships? I don't know. Maybe that's something we should look into.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Nobody knows.
I don't know. We know what they tell us. We know what they say.
What's that?
I mean, we just know what they say. We see the videos and shit of them blowing it up, of us blowing them up. But I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe, like, you have to say, okay, they're a guerrilla force, small militia, small arms, but then they're able to fucking do all this devastation. But at the same, it's hard. Point being, fair point, fair question.
Where to get the missiles?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, these aren't fucking guerrilla fighters, bro. Like, and if they are, then how do they get the missiles? It's a good question. Well, I mean, it was just like, dude, what did when Biden was in office, he unfroze $6 billion to Iran, and that money directly flowed right back to the people who were fighting. But nobody questions that. No, that's fine.
Oh, it's because war's good for business.
It's always good for business. Now, speaking of business,
what a better business plan than to send your citizens' sons and daughters to die, and while you make a whole bunch of money. Right? And your stocks go up, and you get kickbacks, and you get to embezzle money out of the tax dollars paid to go to the war efforts, right? Quote unquote war efforts, for those of you on audio. Yeah, pretty good business plan, man.
Pretty good. Now,
and then by the way, we can eliminate the strongest, most trained male element of the population, patriotic. You know, we can get rid of some of those.
No resistance.
Yeah.
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 Because if they don't fight over there, they'll be fighting over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes sense. Makes sense. But speaking of business, right? I mean, America's a business, right? Whether people like to admit it or not. And it should be ran like a business. Now, the tariffs thing has been a big talk. And there's some shit shaking up globally right now. So, you know, one of the biggest things was the tariffs we put on China, right? Like that's been a big, one of the biggest proponents, I guess, is at 147%, I believe, right now, to China. China has not been involved in any trade talks with the U.S., right? Now, Secretary Bessent, sorry, he says that he believes that, quote, so I expect that we can see a substantial reduction in the tariffs that we are being charged, as well as non-tariff barriers, currency manipulation, and the subsidies of both labor and capital investment, saying that he thinks by the end of the week that something could be happening with some of the largest trading partners. And it's so crazy because right after he put out this
Well, it has
statement-
to.
It has to.
Math.
Exactly. Now, it's crazy, though, that because just as this was being put out, there's some news coming out of China right now that they have massive protests going on
Oh.
with their labor force.
Oh, it's almost. Let's throw that. Let's just throw that right in there.
It's verbatim, bro.
Yeah,
It is
let's just
verbatim.
throw that. That's somebody said this was going to happen. I think it was this guy.
Yeah, yeah. But as of today, the Chinese yuan falls to lowest level since 2007 after Trump tariffs kicked in. So again,
how long are they going to ride that out?
it's working.
Yeah, how long are they going to ride that out, bro?
It's working.
If Xi Jinping doesn't come around, there will be a revolution in China because of this. So it is what it is. Or there'll be an actual hot war between the United States and China.
Yeah, protests erupt in China after furious workers demand back pay as Trump's tariffs on imports jolt economy. So right now at the moment, just with the tariffs that have been put on, it's estimated that about 16 million Chinese workers are out of jobs right now. 16 million, right? And they're pissed, they're pissed. Like they're having a hard time, getting the cats and shit back. Like, I mean, like, bro, it's rough. You know what I'm saying?
They're out of stir-fried gerbil. They ran out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, shit's getting hard. It's getting tough. And they, I guess they have they don't really have unions over there, right? Like labor unions and stuff like we do, because it's a communist country, right? But they do have some industry group representatives. There's a Wang Xing. Yeah, he represents about 2,000 different Chinese merchants. Said that everybody's extremely anxious about the trade deal, and they're fucking in the streets protesting right now, and so that's not good, man. What we got on this?
Listen, everybody hates I told you so, but I can't help it. All these dumbasses out here on the internet are arguing about all this stuff, and I say, hey, what'd I say? I said, hey, this is what's going to happen, and here we are. Well, how long ago was that? I don't know.
I mean, that was weeks.
Make sure we throw a date up there on that clip.
It was weeks. It was weeks. It was literally the.
It's almost like I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two.
Well, I mean, dude, it's math, man.
But some people can't do it.
Well, I probably shouldn't be talking about math, but yeah, I get it.
Well, look, man.
Here we are.
It's so hard being right in front of everybody all the time. Like, let's be real, dude. Everybody out there on the internet, all these fucking influencers, they're all way late, right? And then they get the credit because they're talking about it while it's going on. But me, on the other hand, I talk about it a year in advance or 6 months in advance. And everybody's like, he's fucking crazy.
Yeah, right. Chinese aren't going to protest not working.
Dude.
Why would they do that?
Think about getting punished because you're smart. Fuck.
Yeah, man. It's just wild, dude.
I'm just going to have to start playing dumber. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gives me credit, man.
Dude, listen. It's crazy. So what's the next step after this? What do you see? What do you foresee?
It depends. They're going to have to crack, dude, because here's the deal. What's going on here causes revolution. And when you have a guy who has massive ego like Pooh Bear over there,
Bro, he hates that name. He fucking hates that name.
What?
Pooh Bear.
People call him that?
Fuck yeah, bro. They put up stickers of Winnie the Pooh and shit around.
Oh, well,
China.
I mean, that's what he looks like.
He does look like it. Yeah.
When he's got a problem on his hands because he likes to walk around acting like he's like the emperor and, is untouchable, and he walks around with that smug look on his face. And people like that have massive egos. He's not doing this for the wellness of the people of China. He's doing this because his ego is out of control and he wants to beat Trump. And you never win when you let your ego lead. It's never a winning strategy, ever. So what's going to happen here is he's going to crack and give in, which will have him lose respect, or he's not going to crack. It's going to get worse for his citizens, and there will be massive civil unrest. What he should have done is, like a man, sit down with Trump behind closed doors and be like, look, dude, neither one of us want this. This is going to make us both look stupid. Let's figure this out. What's fair is fair, and let's make it look like we're heroes, not like we're dumbasses.
Both can be winners.
That's right.
Yeah.
But,
is it too late for that, though?
No, I don't think so. I think they could do that now. But, I mean, there will become a time where it is too late, and that line is crossed. And, if you've got civil unrest now and that continues for a few more weeks and people can't eat, you're going to have massive problems. Yeah. So, think about 16 million people protesting.
Bro.
That's a lot.
It's a shit ton.
Yeah,
of people,
bro. That's a lot. And that's not Black Lives Matter protest. This is like, it's going to get way bigger. So he can't afford to have that, man, because he can't afford in the world's eyes, especially when he's trying to recalibrate, the world order, the killing of all his own citizens. He can't do that, which.
Well, that's the other piece of it too that people don't recognize either. With China being a communist state, bro, like the amount of information that gets out of there that we actually that we do get, it's probably late. You know what I'm saying? They're probably already burning shit down. We just can't see it yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they keep that shit locked tight.
Well, dude, look, some of my close friends are from China. I talk to these dudes on a daily basis. And they don't really agree with they're here and they hate China.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And they're proud of their culture, but the way the government's run,
separation.
It's the same thing as us.
It's government.
Yeah,
and you got
that's
people.
right.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing as every country.
Right.
That's what people lose sight in, and then they make us hate the culture and the people so that we can get engaged in the fights that these little dick leaders have.
Yeah.
And it's just not. We got to be smarter than that. You don't think the Chinese people are just like us? You don't think they just want to be left alone and get some money and not be poor and, you know what I'm saying? Just have a good life?
I do think they do want to eat cats.
Huh? Well, dude, we joke, they make fun of us.
Yeah, they do.
They walk around doing this shit.
Fat Americans.
Yeah, like this. It's all good though. Like we can make fun of each other. I think the shit's funny.
Yeah.
Like, bro, the videos that they make are funny as Like I've seen a whole bunch on TikTok and
like the Chinese propaganda.
Yeah, but making fun of Americans. The shit's funny because it's true.
It is funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but we can make fun of you too.
Yeah, for sure.
I turn left now. But no, dude, it's all good. Most people
do hope it comes to a
listen.
good
People are the
resolution.
same. People are the same in general. Like there are some places where they are not the same. But Chinese people are very intelligent. They have a lot of common sense. They're tactical thinkers. They're logical thinkers. And they're very similar to Americans in a lot of ways. And they're very different in a lot of ways. I think they have a lot, their civilization is so much older than ours. They have a deep love for their culture. And our culture is new by comparison. So we don't have, and by the way, they don't have somebody over there trying to literally dismantle it. They haven't let the World Economic Forum and all these Soros type people come in. Bro, that's one thing I like about Pooh Bear is he will literally just kill those dudes. And that's how it should be. Trump should be doing the same.
Yeah, he protects the nation.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, bro, Trump's
in that sense.
Trump needs to take a page out of his book a little bit sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's real, man. That's real. Well, we'll keep updated on this. Keep updated on this for sure, guys. Jump down in the comments. Let us know what you guys think. That being said, let's go cruise some of these commentaries.
Let's do it.
Commentaries. Yep. R-Clomp21, tag team name suggestion, Django and Chains.
Django and Chains. Well, who's Django?
You can be Django, Andy.
All right. He dresses nice. And he's badass.
Yeah, no, Django's awesome, dude.
He knows how to shoot, too, so it can't be you.
Yeah. Well, Is that funny, Joe? Fuck, man, you laughing pretty hard.
I thought it was funny, too, Joe. Yeah. See that?
Bullshit.
Yeah. All right. It was funny. Joe said so.
It was funny. Django and Chains. All right, like it. OG comment, Dirty Panther.
Dirty Panther.
I guess Andy and DJ forgot they had a tag team name, the Battle Dicks.
Oh, this is a long-time listener, first-time caller. You know what I'm saying?
This is OG time.
This dude's been around.
Yeah, this is Green Park right here.
Dirty Panther. Dirty Panther's been around.
Yeah, he ain't Clean Panther.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody is.
Yeah.
No Panthers.
Yeah, man. That's Green Park time.
60% of the time.
Works all the time.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised you knew that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dirty Panther. I like Battle Dicks. That's a good one.
I got him somewhere. You guys they probably put him in the back. The fucking, the actual real world representation of the Battle Dick. You've seen them.
What are they?
Battle Dicks, like the fucking
game.
Are they in the drawer?
I don't know what you're talking
But
about.
I took him and put him up his butt.
Oh, well,
It looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but it's a cock.
oh yeah.
You've seen
Yeah.
him.
There's a drawing of it too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You've seen them. Yeah,
I got the drawing.
Madot took them.
Hold on, I got the drawing right here, dude.
They're curved. You got a little hook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
See,
Yeah, that's it.
it looks just like you.
That's a Battle Dick. Oh, looks like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look like you.
All right. Yep, that's the world famous Battle Dick right there, man. That was good times, bro. Back in Green Park.
Yeah.
Shit was easy, man.
Yep. Back when we were young bucks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I had hair. Fuck.
You didn't have 75 kids,
Yeah, real.
but you knew it was in your future. It's in your genetics.
I knew it was coming.
You knew that a whole army of
It was coming.
kids was coming your way.
It was with the last name like Johnson, it's coming.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I'm
well,
saying?
I mean, you guys don't have the ability to pull the fuck out.
I can't pull out a driveway.
Nope. Yeah, that's a
That's why I
black
park
thing.
in backwards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Yep.
man.
Last one from Mads81208. Love DJ in the show, but he sounds like a garbage disposal when he laughs.
You then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, don't listen to the show.
Yeah, Mads. I wonder what you
Mads.
sound like when you laugh.
Yeah. Who comes up with a name like Mads?
Yeah, first of all. Second of all, what the is 81208?
Yeah. Third of all, you.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that's cool, guys. We do appreciate you.
Yeah.
That's the comments for
Make
the
some
day.
funnier comments.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
You guys need to go to comedy school.
Which school did we go to? Or was it just natural for us?
Well, it was, I think it's in our genetics.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you either got it or you don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Born with it.
Yep.
Slinging.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Let's keep the cruise cruising. Hell on to. Ghetto-ness. Let's talk about
Ghetto-ness.
it. Yeah, got some
One
ghetto.
of my favorite things to talk about. I wore my white hat just for that.
Jasmine Crockett accused of abusing her power at airport boarding gate.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what happened. Let me guess.
Mm-hmm.
She threw a loud, stupid-ass temper tantrum in front of everybody
Close. She just no.
while she was talking on her speakerphone.
Yeah. Yeah, close. No, she Jasmine Crockett with a taxpayer funded police escort cut everybody in line.
Look at that. She's in front of the handicapped people.
Yeah, dude, in front of everybody, bro. In front of everybody. Cut everybody off.
Bro, that's so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, you're just a regular person.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell, like, this is what happens when you give morons power and just bad people. Just wait in line with everybody else, man.
Mm-hmm. What the is this cop, though? Why does he look like that?
He's like
What is-
fucking,
what
he looks
is
like,
that?
man, he looks mad.
Bro, is that the gorilla everybody was fighting?
That guy looks, dude, I wouldn't that guy.
Bro,
Look at that fucking
Lord.
jawline.
Good Lord.
Bro, you hit that guy with a baseball bat, bat's gonna break in half. Holy shit. I want him on the security team, bro.
Yeah, let's get him.
Listen, that is,
He'll get us to the front.
hey, no shit. We can get us anything we want just by looking at him. That's the mad blackface.
Bro,
Oh, he's
good
got
Lord.
he's got a better mad blackface than you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's
Andy,
a little harsh. That is
I have a good one.
yours. This is great.
I have a good one, though.
That's great.
Okay, but he has glasses on. I could do it without glasses.
I'm
His looks
sorry.
worse because
that
of the
guy's like,
fucking
look at his
glasses.
arms. That guy's like 7 foot tall, 350 pounds.
No, he's not 350, Andy. He's like 215, bro. 230.
There's no way, bro.
He's 6'3", 230.
no, he's
He's
bigger.
probably 6'1".
He's bigger than 230. That guy's at least 260.
Bro, the vest makes him look bigger.
That guy's 260. Let's find him and ask him.
I'll
Let's
find-
get him on the show.
Let's get him.
Yeah,
Let's get him.
bro, I want him on the security
We'll do a
squad.
blackface.
I want him. You're gonna have blackface off.
Yep.
Do I get to play too?
Yeah, this fuck. But now, listen. To be fair, okay. To be fair, according to the U.S. Department of Transportation, if you self-identify as a passenger with a disability, all right, you can board the plane before everybody. So technically,
That does make sense.
technically, you know,
Bro, she sucks.
she's terrible.
She sucks. This is just one of those things that kind of tells you the character of a human being.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't like flying commercial because of people like her.
dude, well, I don't like flying commercial because I don't like it.
Of people,
Yeah. But, yeah, dude, you always do see people like that in the airport.
dude.
People throwing fits, people cutting the line, people being
The
assholes,
smells.
people taking their shoes off and acting like it's the living room.
That's the worst.
Dude, I can't stand that. I cannot stand that. The plane is not your living room, bro. Like people that take off their shoes and their socks and they get like it's like, dude, it's just gross.
Did this happen to you before or something?
Dude, listen, man.
It sounds personal, man.
No, it's just gross.
Yeah, it
People
is
gross me the
nasty.
fuck out, man. Like
is
I don't see. Look, I have a very high self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't try to. I won't even put the seat back in my airplane because I don't want to like be a dick.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
it's nice.
Yeah. So like,
It's courteous.
yeah, I'm just aware.
Yeah.
And when other people aren't, it drives me insane.
Mhm.
And one of the things that I can't stand is when nasty, disgusting, non-self-aware people just act like it's their living room, bro.
Yeah, dude, I see a lot.
That's
of
another
people-
thing. Like when they go to the store, bro, and they're in their like pajamas and they're riding around on the cart in their flip-flops or their house sneak shoes or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Like it's just gross. Like our country standards are gross.
Yeah,
like
it
it's
is.
gross.
It
It's
is.
gross. Like I can understand why everybody makes fun of us.
Mhm.
Look at go to Walmart. That's what people think of America.
It is.
If you want to know why people think America is a bunch of fat, it's because of people of Walmart. It really is.
Walmart's
We
fat.
have no cultural standard. We don't. Back in the day, dude, like people would like when they left the house, they were dressed decent. You know what I'm saying? When they went to the store, they put on normal clothes. Now people go in their pajamas. People fly in their pajamas. It's weird, dude, and I don't like it. I think it's gross. And then, dude, most of those people look like they don't shower. They don't have personal hygiene. And by the way, let me say this again, too. Like all you idiots on the internet, when you take selfies and shit, pay attention to what's in the background. Some of y'all are telling on yourselves. Like some of y'all are telling the whole world that you live like a fucking slob because you got shit everywhere in the back. And you got all these girls trying to take sexy pictures, and then you look in the back and there's just shit everywhere. Their bed's not done. Their clothes are all over the floor. And they're like, why can't I get a man? Well, it ain't because you look bad. It's because you probably stink. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's real,
Like,
bro.
dude, I'm just over it. And that's part of the cultural rebellion that we need in this country.
Mm-hmm.
We need, and men got to lead it.
You know what I'm saying? Men, and they are. I mean, we're getting back to it. Men got to start telling these girls f off, like until they get their shit together. Like for the last 30 years, women have ruled the culture with leveraging sex onto men. And men finally are like, dude, this is disgusting. Like, this is gross. You know, and we're seeing men start to wear like suits and blazers and nice clothes and tell these hoes to get. And, you know, dude, you got to give. A lot of people hate on that red pill movement shit, but you got to give them credit where it's due, because a lot of those, they bring those girls on and it shows you for what they are. And the dudes are like, no, I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Nope. And dude, that's what it's going to take to reset the culture. You know, like, it's just, men got to step the up, bro. You know, you got to be in shape. You got to make money. You got to look nice. You got to carry yourself well. You got to have manners. You got to have a firm handshake. Look people in the eyes is basic shit. Like, that's 30 years ago, that was expected. Now it's like, if you do it, you're an anomaly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like now it's like, what the f you dressed up for?
It's just what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You know, like,
dude, that's such a cultural truth. Right
yeah,
now.
well, we're going to get it right. I mean, that's the whole point of, that's the whole point of everything that you know, we're building behind the scenes. So
for sure. I think this was also funny in this picture too. Completely, I don't think it was intentional, but like this one picture right here, Jasmine Crockett, and then he's got DEI on the wheelchair. I don't think it was intentional. Well, supposed to say Delta.
Yeah. that cop, bro, we get him on the squad.
Yeah, bro.
Anywhere we go, we take him with us. We can make him go in first. We're getting whatever we want.
We'll be all right.
Yeah.
Bro, did you see that Secret Service agent push?
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great.
Bro, people getting too comfortable.
Way too comfortable,
Yeah.
man. Jeez, that is a
They
big
don't
deal.
think there's any repercussions to doing anything. And it's like, and it's so ingrained in culture now, people are surprised when people stand up for themselves or draw a line. Like, it's like, oh, no, I'm a victim now. Like, no, you crossed the line. F you. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Jasmine's been on the, she's been on the ring though, man, because there's been some weird stuff happening with her. I don't know if you've seen.
Listen, man, how, you know, somebody, like, she has a million skeletons in the closet.
Oh, good Lord.
Guaranteed.
She's probably into some weird stuff, I'd imagine. Like, I do know she
Like
smokes.
talking?
She smokes cigarettes.
Does she?
Yeah,
That's not that weird.
that's nasty to me. Though.
Yeah, it's nasty, but I mean, people do it.
Yeah, she smoked. I knew that because you could see it on her fingernails. The tar.
Oh, that's
buildup.
gross. How do you know
see it?
that's cigarettes, though?
Oh, it's classic.
Well, couldn't that be blunts?
Crack. It could be, but she don't have blunt lips though. So like, I think she's fine. I think she just smoked some cigarettes.
Maybe she's just dirty. Maybe she was scratching her butthole.
Oh, you think that's poopy?
Maybe that's poop.
Oh, Andy.
Man, I do not. She's terrible.
Dude, well, listen, some weird things have been happening.
It's not even that she's terrible too, bro. It's like she's recognizing the opportunity to step in and fill the role of loudmouth ghetto
That's the part I hate.
in Congress.
Well, black people hate it too.
Because now Cory Bush is out. Somebody's got to step in and, you know, shake their head
You
and
gotta have
talk
that mad
stupid
black
shit.
woman.
Yeah.
That's the part that I hate the most. And I think I got.
People would like her listen to her. She just didn't act like that.
She didn't talk like that.
Yeah.
Like just like you're like that. If that's supposed to be the representation of black women specifically in America, it's not a good
look.
It's not a good one, man.
Yeah.
But there's been some weird stuff happening with her. Because she's been going around, you know, speaking, traveling. She's been doing some graduation speeches and shit. And there's just weird shit happening.
Talking about racism.
No, I mean, yeah, she's talking about all of that shit. But like, check this clip out real quick.
And instead of publicly calling us the N-word, they use racist epithets and suggest that we're ghetto or unqualified or diversity hires, even though we're all more, oftentimes than not, more educated and qualified than they are.
Who's they? White people? Is that what she's saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you're more educated and qualified as a whole than white people. What if I were to stand up in front of a whole college and say, you know, as a whole, we're much less violent than black people.
On the whole.
Yeah. And you know what else? You know, We don't cause as much trouble as those black people. You see what I'm saying?
And we change our smoke alarm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just very. It's like, dude, this. I just can't imagine getting up there and saying the reverse about an entire group of people.
Yeah.
Like, listen, DEI is a real thing, and there are shit tons of people that didn't get jobs, and they were more qualified because of the color of people's skin, and they're trying to meet a quota. So the reality is you have benefited from that. You've benefited from that in college. You've benefited from that in Congress. It's an attitude and a culture that exists in our society, and that's a reality. And you can't utilize the system and take advantage of it and then pretend it doesn't exist and you're smarter than everybody.
Right.
No.
That's the facade it gives them.
Yeah.
Bro. Like,
I know.
It's so crazy.
I know that.
It's so
And
crazy.
let's be real, dude.
It's
Everybody knows it. Like,
it's so
everybody
crazy.
knows it, bro.
Well, apparently too, like I was looking, apparently they're pushing her to be, because she sits right now, she's like the vice chair committee woman or whatever.
Yep.
On the government oversight committee. They're like she's like being teed up to be like the chairwoman of that committee of
course,
oversight.
because everyone wants to prove how not racist they are.
But like if you just listen to her during a session, like when she like check this clip out.
Heard them say if, since we've been sitting here for I don't know how long.
Yes, I've been taking a tally.
Oh, okay. Can you show us? Can you tell us what the tally is?
More than 35 times, the Republican witnesses and Republican members of the committee have used the word if.
Thank you so much for that. Because honestly, if they would continue to say if or Hunter and we were playing a drinking game, I would be drunk by now.
A real drinking game. Dude, shut the up. She sucks.
Dude, it's terrible, man. I just hate that like
she sucks, bro.
How can she not hear it? That's my part that I don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I don't know, man.
Like real shit, bro. Real shit.
Real shit.
Real shit.
I want to ask a real question. I'm not joking. Can you hear it?
Bro, yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Listen, man. Like no lie, bro.
That must be your white part.
Listen, no lie. All right. Like this is real. I'm being vulnerable with you right now, okay?
Sometimes you don't hear it.
No, bro, listen. Like, so we got like this.
Is it quieter?
No, bro, listen. We got the Nest system in our house, okay, the thermostat and shit, and like we have a smoke detector. It's all in the same. It's all hardwired. Is my point, okay? We don't have the ones with the volt battery in there, right?
That's because you're rich.
We're doing all right,
Yeah.
you know. But I was sitting in my family room. This was a couple of weeks ago.
You got that white privilege.
Yeah. Well, I was sitting there, bro, and I heard a beep. And like, I don't know why, but like I immediately was like, no.
you had a trauma response to the smoke detector.
I started ripping up the house, bro, and turned to come to find out it was in our basement, like in our little utility room. It wasn't even on the ceiling anywhere.
I can't ever figure out where the fuck it's coming from.
I freaked the out, bro. I thought I was about to lose it all, bro.
Oh, man.
I'm like, I belong here. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they finally found out.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm like, oh no, it's about to crash and burn right now.
Oh, man.
I was terrified.
What is that?
I don't know, bro.
What is that, bro?
You know, I've heard it's like gunshots in ambulances. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like, you just get numb to it after a while. It's soothing.
It's like living next to like a high traffic road.
It's like a baby.
Like you don't hear it after
It's like
a little
playing
bit.
white noise for a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like it's soothing. Like they hear that beep. It's soothing to them. It's like I'm
to them.
Yeah.
To who?
Bro, that's not my side. That's the other side. Like I'm not. I changed my batteries. All right. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't get it. I don't. That's one thing I don't get.
Well,
it is very unique.
Yeah. Well, she sucks.
You know, guys, jump in on this convo, man. Let us know down in the comments what you
look at
guys
that. Look at that. Look how big her mouth is. You know what I'm saying? Like that just looks annoying, bro. What?
Hold on, bro.
What?
I heard that.
What? You heard what? What, you having ghost beeps in your ear?
All right.
Yep.
Next section, man.
Dude, next section. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, man.
You good?
Yeah, good. What the fuck are you talking about?
right, man. Oh. Headline 3.
Next section. Oh, man.
Headline number 3, man. All right. Conspiracy theory time. What crawls out the abyss? Oh, headline number 3. All right, conspiracies, okay? Over the last few months, a lot of classified documents have been getting unclassified and released to the public. Not enough. But a lot of them have been coming from the CIA. Okay, a lot of these CIA files we've covered, like the remote viewing stuff that came out about like the Ark of the Covenant and all of that. Now there's some new documents that just got released from the CIA that allegedly expose the exact locations of 3 alien bases, and 2 are on Earth. Have you seen this yet?
No.
Okay. All right. It was a little weird. Let's dive into it. All right. Secret CIA documents have sensationally claimed that aliens could be operating hidden bases right here on Earth, including deep under the sea and inside remote mountain ranges. The explosive files recently declassified through the U.S. Freedom of Information Act suggest ET might not just be out there in space, but already living among us in top secret locations around the globe. Among the supposed locations are Mount Hayes in Alaska, Mount Perdido in Spain, and various underwater sites off the coast of Puerto Rico and near the Bahamas. One report titled Description of Personnel Associated ET Bases cites Mount Hayes as the main base used by the aliens in the Alaskan region. So, here's the document. Apparently, this was from another remote viewing process, I believe is where it came out of. But yeah, we'll read it quickly here. So far have run into 3 types of entities associated with bases of various locations within the solar system. Titan Base. All personnel observed at this base on 20 November 1986 appeared to be no different than native Earthlings. There were 2 male technician types sitting at a control panel of some kind. Behind them stood an attractive female with brown shoulder-length hair wearing a pale green lab coat or smock. She appeared to be in some sort of supervisory role. Mount Hayes. There appeared to be 2 types of entities associated with this site. The 2 entities located outside the structure were accomplishing some sort of routine task, unable to make contact with them or gain information in any sort. Inside the structure were 2 entities, one sitting at some sort of circular console with a round screen-like object. The other was busy doing something in the background. The entity at the console appeared to be human in form, but lacked definitive facial features. He seemed friendly enough and invited me to observe his actions at the console. And in South America / Africa, there appeared to be 2 types of entities associated with this site. Also, the first had a very large, round-shaped head on a slender neck.
So they're saying they can't tell if it's South America or Africa?
Right.
Okay, got it.
Very unhuman in appearance, almost robot-like, unable to make any contact with this being. The other entity was almost human-like in appearance. His face was devoid of any hair. His complexion was very pale. Facial features were very indistinct, with exception of a sharp, slender nose. This entity seemed friendly enough and appeared to be aware of my presence. Dude. The fuck?
Is there more?
No, that's the end of the report that just got released. But yeah, and it's also interesting because around those same locations, it's also been home to strange electromagnetic activity and bizarre UFO sightings with witnesses.
Yeah, man. What about the Bermuda Triangle down there?
That's another location.
Yeah,
that's another location.
What about there's I think up there by the Mount Hayes, there's a bunch of airplanes that go missing up there too. I thought.
Yeah.
So I don't know about the Spain one or the African one, but I've heard about both those things.
Yeah, dude. Listen. I don't know.
I wonder what they do with the people they take.
Well, I think that was the other thing too. I think they actually said another report. I tried to pull it up, couldn't verify, but I did see something saying that they apparently kill a bunch of humans every year.
Really?
That it's just understood by the government. It happens, and it's cool.
That sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. personally though, because like, don't they have the instructions on remote viewing?
It's probably the same reason that Fauci kills a bunch of animals and shit.
Beagles and shit.
Yeah.
Just to experiment. Yeah, I don't know. But they have the instructions, like the instructions on like how to actually do the remote viewing thing. They declassify that. We should try it.
I think you got to have like a certain set of skills to do that.
What do you mean?
No, I think it's like psychic ability type thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I know it's real, dude, because like they've solved crimes and stuff with it.
Yeah.
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 Like that's an actual technique that they've used to solve missing persons cases a bunch of different times. So, yeah, man, it's look, you know, I don't think we know. I think we are completely left in the dark, man, about most shit. That's what I think. I think we don't know anything. I mean, you can't tell me, as complex as life is and as big as the universe is, that we were born to basically grow up and have a job and die.
Yeah.
That's not, I mean, dude, if you really think about what we do in our lifetime, we exist as slave labor to our own government. All right. And the leaders of the world. Because every single human being in every single civilized country is required to pay taxes.
They had the dynamic.
Yeah. And it's not about who pays the most or who doesn't, but, you know, we're told, grow up, work hard, and you can have a nice life, which is true. But I don't believe that they tell us anything near what the actual truth is. And I think, you know, the reason that we have a situation where they're putting chemicals in the water and they're putting chemtrails in the sky and they're putting people, allowing them to put chemicals in the food. And I really think all of this is about covering what human potential actually is. And I think we've been lied to about history. I think we've been lied to about what our potential is. I think we've been lied to about pretty much anything that means anything, because look how they convince people to live. You know, they've convinced a large portion of the population that the most pleasure that they're going to get out of life is what they eat, right? And you eat to survive. It's not a pleasure mechanism, right? And then they do the same thing with sex, you know, and then they propagate these things that keep us in a very shallow and meaningless existence comparatively to what it could be and what it probably is, but they don't want to tell us, because if they tell us, they lose power over us, which costs them, I think, something more than just, you know, what we perceive to be power for them. So I think there's a lot of secrets. I think there's a lot of things that we aren't told about ourselves. I think there's a lot of things that we are capable of that we're not told we're capable of. And to be completely honest, dude, I've experienced a lot of these things in my life. You know, I do, you know, and I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. I've seen some of these guys get on the internet and say the law of attraction is bullshit and this and that and this. It's not bullshit. I know firsthand it's not. I know it's not. Do you have to work? Yeah, you do. But I mean, what I've visualized in my head for my life has literally been exactly what my life has turned out to be. You know, when I was in exiting high school, I mean, all the things I thought about becoming, I've become. And I'm not old. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I thought about them obsessively. And I didn't have, you know, an inheritance or somebody give me money and honestly, dude, like I've made every mistake. And I believe that, you know, because I try to do the right things and the best that I can, and I continue to see that vision in my head, I think I've developed some sort of power to attract things into my life. And dude, you've seen it when you've been with me.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I'll talk about something and literally 2 seconds later it'll happen. Like that time Jim Edmonds came in with the Escalade.
Yeah.
Bro, we were working out in the gym. And
no, we were just getting here.
Yeah, it was when the new Escalade came out, not the 25, but that it was a few years ago.
Like 22, 23 or something like that. Yeah.
And I said, man, you see the new Escalade, they're cool. I'm thinking about buying one. Literally, that's what I said. We were over there in the fucking Smith machine rack. I remember exactly where we were. Not, 2 minutes later, Jim Edmonds comes in, who trains here sometimes. He's a good buddy of ours. And he says, hey man, I got a new Escalade. Because at that time, remember, they were impossible to get. Couldn't get them. He goes, I got a new Escalade. I actually ordered 2 of them because they were so hard to get. He's like, I got one out front. You want to look at it? I'm thinking about selling it.
It's crazy.
2 minutes later.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many times have you been with me where I've said, hey, this, whatever I said, and then literally within minutes, it's happened.
It happens.
And I believe that
I think it happens to everybody. They just write it off as coincidence.
Yeah, I think they don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I think that people create their own realities and they discount their ability to create their own realities. And so they're creating their reality by default without realizing it. We see so many people that live a miserable life, but then you talk to them and you listen to them talk, and what do they talk like? They talk like a miserable person, and they expect the worst. And they say things like, hey, when you say, hey, how's it going? And they say real sarcastically, oh, living the dream. And they have this thought track and this talk track that continues to attract negativity into their life over and over and over again. And I firmly believe this is why those people can never break out of that cycle. And I don't think it's hocus pocus. I think there's metaphysical, quantum physical realities. And then we have people who will say, well, that goes against what God is. Well, actually, it doesn't, because God created the universe, and within the universe, there is a set of rules and a set of law. Just like there is gravity and there is air and there is sunlight, there are laws in the universe that I believe we are unaware of. And a lot of people who are very, very literal about the Bible can't think outside of it. Right? Like, well, if God created everything and the sun and the stars and the moon and the universe, then it stands to reason that he created the laws within the universe. And that also stands to reason that we were meant to utilize those laws for our own progress and goodness. And, I believe that. I don't just believe it. Like, I believe it like it's fact, because I've seen it, I've witnessed it, I've experienced it, I've used it. And I think a lot of people just don't understand, like, that we're living in a literal slave state. We are cultivated to be unintelligent beings, unmotivated beings, unhealthy beings, poor beings. We are intentionally tossed into a situation and leveraged into laborious lives in one way or the other. And if you think about that, it ties into how they don't teach us about personal finance, how they don't, they sling a couple $100,000 worth of debt on you to go to college, right? That forces you to get into the game and earn tax revenue, right? And then we think about like what they propagate in terms of like, putting 400-pound people on the front of health magazines and saying it's health. Well, why would they do that? There's only one reason they would do that. Because they want to convince people not to actually get better, because someone who's big and fat and unhealthy takes more medicine, which drives revenue. They eat more food, which drives revenue. They consume more of the streaming, which drives revenue and leverages their propaganda. And so when we think about how this all fits together, I mean, in my mind, I can see it very clearly. And the only way for us as humans to break out of this is to do everything the opposite of what they want us to do. Right? If they want us to be fat, then we can't be fat. We got to be fit. If they want us to hate each other, we can't hate each other. We got to unite. If they want us to be poor, we have to do everything we can not to be poor. If they want us to eat their food so that we get sick, we got to eat healthy food so we don't get sick. And the reason they want us sick is so they can make the money on the pharmaceuticals. So like, dude, and then think about on top of it, the victim culture that's propagated these days. Everybody's broken, everybody's trauma. Like, bro, the therapist industry is the biggest scam in the world. Okay. They convince people that they're broken and they never really provide a real solution for them. And they convince them that, you got to heal for your entire life. Healing isn't a lifetime process. It's a stop. It's a bump. It's a thing that you go through and then you go out and live your life. And we have predatory therapists that make people think that they're broken when they're just experiencing what is called life. Right. Life's hard, man. There's shit that happens to all of us. It happens to every one of us in here. Every single one of us. All of us. And I've heard them all because I know you guys. All of you have really fucking hard stories at some point or another. And if we were to ask every listener has a hard story. That's called fucking life, man. And my whole point in this, not to get too off track, is that we live in a system that is cultivated for us to never figure out that we are much more capable and much more powerful than what they actually tell us we are. And why would they do that? Well, the only reason they would do that is for control. So, I mean, for me, it's very easy to see what's going on, but to get everybody else to see it, it's like,
that's a whole nother thing.
No, dude, they think you're crazy. But like, am I crazy? Because I'm pretty sure I'm doing all the shit that most people want to fucking do. And I'm pretty sure I've done it. I mean, I was there 10 years ago at 35 years old. So I don't know, like, who's crazy? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
So
well, that's what scares me about this whole thing too, bro. Like, I mean, just full circle jerk here. That what was that thing? The other thing the CIA did, the Project Bluebeam or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So like,
well, people don't know what Project Bluebeam is. Like, Project Bluebeam is an official CIA narrative that is designed to simulate a world-changing event that is designed to snap people in line and unite people into a globalist earthlings versus somebody else.
Right.
So if you were a globalist and you had ideas of one world government, what would be the way that you would get everybody to unite? You would create a fake alien invasion, which would cause humanity to unite and then force a globalist unity, right? And so that's what Project Bluebeam's about. It's about simulating a fake alien invasion. And it does seem like the last 4 years, there's more and more and more and more and more coming out about it. And, you know, it's so funny because it's sort of like the boy who cried wolf. Like, we've heard so much shit and there's so much bullshit that's happened. Like, when they dropped that story, like, oh, aliens are real. Because remember, like, they just dropped that a couple years ago. No one even cared.
Right.
People are like, fuck, okay.
But Bluebeam involves like actual like holographs and fucking shit coming in though, right? So it's like, it would be the perfect fall. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and dude, like the meeting we had last week about the thing we're working on, that technology is real. There is real technology that can make. You guys have seen it. You've seen Tupac on stage. You've seen Michael Jackson perform as a hologram. Like, it looks real.
People are saving their holograms now for like their kids. Like, I see grandparents doing this shit for the kids.
So, dude, they can do it very, very well. And there's lots of technology that does it in different ways. But you know, and then the other idea for the uniting of humanity was to stimulate the second coming of Jesus Christ. So that's also part of Project Bluebeam.
That's like option.
To create a biblical, a biblical event that causes people to basically like all come together. So yeah, but that's real thing, dude.
And like, to prop it up, it's like, you know, all right, well, we got to get them, like, okay, just tell them we got some bases and shit somewhere.
I mean, dude, listen, who knows? I mean, I think it would be absurd to think that if we live in the universe that they say they do, okay, which we don't know, you don't fucking know, I don't know, none of you know. And by the way, they just did that shit with the Amazon girls. I mean, the girls that went to space. Like, that was fake. That was fucking fake, man. Yeah. You know, like, the capsule comes down and it's perfectly unscathed and painted white and all this shit. Like, at
no
least
G-forces on the acceleration.
At least make it look real.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
But you know, I don't know, man. I think I don't know what's going to happen in that regard, but I think they are very nervous about losing control because I think a lot of people are waking up. I mean, dude, listen.
It's going to take some time.
Listen, if I heard me talking right now 5 years ago, I'd be like, that dude was insane. He's insane. Like, for real. So imagine where we were 5-6 years ago to where we are now. And if we heard us talking now, back then, what we would think. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Like, bro, like, look at Alex Jones, okay? People love to hate on Alex Jones, but the truth of the matter is this. He is right way, 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 way more than he is wrong. And people don't listen to him because, you know, he's got that thing I got too, that crazy delivery, right? Like, he He sounds crazy.
This nigga crazy.
Yeah, but he isn't. He's just so far ahead of everybody that it sounds crazy. It's the same thing for us.
Yeah.
And, you know, is he wrong about some things? I mean, yeah, but it's rare.
But I think the other part is just still to be determined.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, bro. I just think that we're in a weird time. And I think people, like, they created the internet. Social media came around. The information got too quick to where they can't cap it, and they're losing control. And there's people waking up to what's going on every single day to the point where what are they going to do now? So one of the only things they can do is to create either total destructive events like 9/11 or, you know, create even bigger, you know, events such as, you know, an alien invasion or, you know, starting a world war, like whatever it is, dude. Like,
I think they wanted COVID to be that too.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like more than just the compliance check, that was supposed to be everybody unites around this fucking
correct,
you know, virus. Like,
well, that's why they attacked everybody so bad when you stepped out of line. You know, and
just wait. You know, it's gonna be funny though with this alien shit. You're gonna have groups trying to protect the aliens. Aliens lives matter. You know,
you're not wrong.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're not wrong, bro.
They deserve equal rights.
There's just a lot of people that are just. I mean, they're so.
Well, it's a lot of Jasmine Crockett's out there.
No, bro, that's not what I'm saying. It's like they're so. It's oppression. I mean, that's what it is. It's not oppression in the terms of what most people speak about it to be. You know, most people talk about like racial, you know, oppression. It's just. It's oppression that you can't really see. You know what I'm saying? And that you're taught to think is normal. Like, dude, like think about slaves that grew up in
slavery,
in that environment.
Yeah.
They don't understand anything different. So it's easy to control them. And that's what we are. That's what we are as people. We think it's normal to pay, you know, more of what we earn to the government than what we get to keep. You know,
because it's painted up red, white, and blue. And
that's
it's
right.
called freedom.
That's right.
Yeah.
And, you know, we think that's normal. We're born into it. In fact, you know, for a long time, if you even go back to some of the old MFCEO episodes, I've said on those episodes, you know, it's patriotic to pay your taxes.
Obligation.
Yeah, but it's fucking not. You know what I'm saying?
Not that fucking much.
It's not. It's not at all.
Yeah.
It's not at all. It's not patriotic because patriotic would be they were doing something good for us with it. They were taking care of our country. They're not taking care of our country. They're destroying our country and they're giving the money away and they're stealing. It's no longer patriotic to pay any tax. Patriotic would be to fucking overthrow the government at this point in time. That's reality.
It's patriotic.
And you know, and that brings us to another point. Like, you know, you have Trump and it's very hard. I want to say this. I like Donald Trump. I like his family. I think he's funny. I know he's very smart. But it's hard to tell where he is because we've been told a lot of shit that hasn't happened yet. We've been told that he was going to come in and all these things were going to happen that haven't happened. And they'll say, well, the judges won't allow it. Well, then do something about the judges. You know, like our system is corrupted. And part of me thinks that Donald thinks that, you know, we're going to be able to restore integrity to the system. And he doesn't want to completely go around it because he doesn't want to break it. But brother, it's already broke. And the reason that we voted for you is to come in and swing a hammer and get all these fucks out of here. And the reason your approval rating's not where it was or where it should be is because all the things that you said aren't happening.
Yeah.
You know, we expected you to legitimately bring in the military and round these motherfuckers up and get them out of our country fast. You're not doing that. We also expect to be told the truth and have a full D class. That's not happening. We're still being lied to. It seems like business as usual, and you're losing the people's trust because things aren't happening. You know, you talked about, and then he goes on TV yesterday or the day before and says, oh, we're going to reopen Alcatraz. And really, dude, that's just another play, how they play. You know, we got this. What about look over there?
Yep. Alcatraz.
Yeah. Like dude, it's starting to feel like the same. And I like to give Trump the benefit of the doubt, dude. And maybe it's just because I feel like he might be our only hope to save shit without it going to violence.
Fully crumbling.
Yeah. Because like, dude, like if I'm in the office right now and I'm legitimately me and I care about this country, and I'm not tiptoeing around people that are never going to like me anyway. Like, he's never going to win the media over. You're never going to win these NPCs with, rainbow hair over. You're never going to win them over. What the are you doing? Like, bro, drop the hammer. You know what I'm saying? Fix the shit. Do the thing. Do what you said. Tell us the truth. Bring the trust back. Like, we're never going to trust the government or trust anything again. And here's the real dangerous part about it, is that people don't really understand what we're dealing with. We're dealing with Bolshevism and Marxism, and the Bolshevik Revolution killed, 10 times as many people that allegedly died in the German Holocaust. Mm-hmm. So at least it's 60 to 100 million people. But people ignore that. And then they ignore what happened in Cambodia with Pol Pot. And then they ignore what happened with Mao. And then they ignore what happened in Rwanda. They don't talk about any of these other things, but they talk about that one. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So there's a reason for that. And it's not because of anything else other than it creates an event. And this is not me saying it didn't happen. This is me saying they use it to protect themselves from criticisms. Mm-hmm. And
we can't even talk about our own Americans that died in World War II fighting.
No, but
talk about that.
No, well, listen, my dad's dad died in that. Like, this thing hits home to me.
Yeah.
My dad's father, his biological father, was there on D-Day, and he fought on D-Day and fucking survived. And then he died legit on December 6th, 6 months later, and shot. Okay. Never met my dad. My grandma was pregnant with my dad. Never saw my dad grow up. Never saw my brother go play professional baseball. Never saw me and fucking Sal and Chris and the guys build these things we've built. Right? That young man he gave his whole life for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, for what?
For some shit we can't even talk about.
That's right. And bro, that ain't right, man. And I take that shit personally. That's my blood. I didn't grow up with a grandpa because of that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, all you guys out there with your grandpa memories, I don't have that shit like that. So I just think that Trump has a responsibility to do what the he says he's going to do and tell us the truth about what's actually going on, and stop appeasing these people that are never going to like him anyway. And if he is who he says he is, then why is he tiptoeing around? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to do, bro? Listen, if these people get back in office, they're going to kill tens of millions of people for real, and those people are going to be us. It's not going to be those rainbow head. Those people are useful idiots. They're using them to get in power and take control. And like, dude, if that's what scares me. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like this is not going to get solved. Like, where are the rules of in-person voting and paper ballot? Where's that executive order? Mm-hmm. Where are those things? Maybe he signed it and I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But like, I would have remembered that, I think. Or, did he do that?
No, the SAVE Act, I don't think it's all the way through yet.
So, but I don't know, man. Like, we're sitting here talking about these judges saying, oh, they want to give illegals trials. Well, those aren't American citizens. So like, why don't you just arrest all these corrupt judges who were put in place by people like George Soros and funded? Like, why is Soros still running around? Mm-hmm. Why is his son still running around?
How are they not?
Like, why are all these people who are putting all these big monies behind these things that are destructive to our culture and our cities, that keep our cities in this impoverished, crime-ridden state? Why are we tolerating that? And Trump knows that. Mm-hmm. So what the f is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I understand, there's things I don't know and there's things that we don't know. And, like I said, I'm usually pretty far ahead. Both of us are. But that's how I feel right now. And, I also think that we as people need to get a lot smarter. Okay? Like, we're all biting the bait on this Carmelo Anthony versus Shiloh Hendricks shit. Do you guys not understand that things like this happen every day? There's white people that do bad shit every day. There's black people that do bad shit every day. And they've propagated these events to create more racial division just when everybody was starting to get along. Do you think that's a coincidence? Like, we have to be smarter. We have to understand that they want white. If white and black people start getting along, bro, everybody's fucked. That's the key to their whole thing. And like, I see all these people on the internet, who are openly becoming Like a year ago, everybody's starting to come together, and now all of a sudden it's back to, like it's. But I will say this: far less people are biting on it than they did in 2020, right? Yeah. But we just got to be smart, dude. Like they can't have us united. They can't have us fit. They can't have us financially free. They can't have us, healthy. They can't have us intelligent. They can't have us any of this shit. Because the minute that all happens, they're and that's why I talk about personal excellence being the ultimate rebellion. People say, well, what can I do as an individual? Well, actually, as an individual is exactly what the you should be doing to solve the problem. But like, it's like everybody, bro. It sounds good to talk about, but doing it's a different thing because it's hard, and then we wonder why we have this depression, anxiety epidemic that all of a sudden came on when social media really came around. Well, it's because y'all pretend to be something that you actually aren't. You put out fucking images of yourself that aren't you. You pretend to be something that isn't you. And then when you have to go home at night and look in the mirror, you feel like a fraud. And you feel like a fraud because you are, right? And that creates depression. That creates anxiety. That creates all kinds of mental issues. And it comes from not actually being who you present yourself to be. And, that takes work and that takes courage. And that's not something that you can just buy. And so I don't know, like I'm rambling now, but like to me, in my mind, this shit all fits together perfectly, and yeah, I mean, look, if we want to fix shit, it's up to every single individual to take responsibility for their part. And that takes work.
That's real, man. That's real. And it actually ties in perfectly to our last segment of the show, guys. As always, we have thumbs up or dumb as fuck. Personal excellence, man. Got to go to Florida for this one. Now, Florida has a lot of interesting things down there.
I love Florida.
I love
Florida Man.
They got drywall.
Yeah. Florida Man is very similar to Missouri Man.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. But they got gators.
Yeah, I mean.
That's it.
We got pit bulls. So, I mean, it's about, yeah. Right. I see your point.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
Like,
I get it.
It's similar.
I get it. It's a little different, but I get it.
I got Florida Man in my family.
Do you?
But they're Missouri Man. You do too, don't you?
Well, he
don't
definitely
you?
Does.
All of us do here. My dad doesn't though. My dad's got a bunch of dudes that wear like workout tracksuits and stab people and shit.
Pumas. Yeah. Fucked up haircuts. Yeah, let's go to Florida.
Huh? Let's go to Florida. What do you say?
Deported man.
Oh.
Let's go to Florida for some freedom. How about that? Watch. Florida man saves injured bald eagle from gator-infested lake because it's America.
That's right. That's what we do.
This is cool. This is cool. Let's check this story out. A patriotic man gave a whole new meaning to America First when he saw an injured bald eagle drowning in the Florida lake on April 19th. Lakewood Ranch resident Doug Hay is almost 70 years old, but his age was not a factor when he saw the bird needed his assistance, Fox 13 reported on April 22nd. When the incident happened, he and his wife were in their living room and heard a loud noise. They quickly realized an eagle had fallen into the lake in their backyard, and it was struggling in the water. Hay, who loves animals, figured the eagle could not swim. He also noticed another eagle circling above the area and believes the two had been fighting each other prior to one of them falling into the body of water. He says they had like a midair fight, and one of them got the worst of it and ended up crashed into the lake. Let's check this clip out.
That guy out there is swimming in alligator-infested waters. He's taking a big risk, but he has a noble goal, saving our national symbol of freedom, the bald eagle. Douglas Hay saw the majestic bird in distress. He immediately made the decision to jump into the water.
We saw two bald eagles circling around.
That's Florida, man.
They had like a midair fight, and one of them got the worst of it and ended up crashed into the lake.
As he brings the stricken eagle to safety, he sees something that makes him swim even faster, an alligator circling. He also knows there are other gators in the water behind his Lakewood Ranch, Florida home. It may not be as chilling as this lake, which is infested with dozens of gators. Just look at all of them. But it's still plenty scary.
She's only 7 feet, the gator, so.
Oh, okay. What made you get in yourself?
Well, I wanted to save her. I mean, she's, a symbol of America, man. It's a bald eagle. I was concerned that the gator would have got the eagle because she would have tore her up, and that would have been horrible.
As he nears the shore, the eagle is in a foul mood, not realizing her human rescuer is trying to save her. She whacks him in the head with her wing. How's that for gratitude?
Douglas says the injured eagle has had surgery, but now is flying high again.
Oh, it's cool, man. But yeah, he says does not regret rescuing the bald eagle. He says, "quote I just wanted to get the eagle to save it because it's our national symbol. It's freedom. It's America.
I mean, look, these are, dude. I think it's awesome,
Badass.
I think it's badass, and that dude." That's the dude Hillary Clinton calls deplorable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the dude that these people in Washington call white supremacy and that they're afraid of. Like, bro, to me, that's what America looks like. Where I'm from, that's what Americans look like.
America.
That's the way they behave too. And I think that's awesome. Kudos to that dude. He seems like an awesome dude. He's wearing a yee shirt.
Yee!
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's the man. You guys got people that look like that in your family? I do. Yeah. Maybe not just like that, but yeah. I don't know. To me, that's an American.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think he did the right thing.
Yeah, that's a badass story.
I don't know if I would do that.
You would do it. Bro, you were just talking the other day about your ability to swim with one hand. You know what I'm saying?
I can do that. That's called the beer stroke.
Yeah, the beer stroke. You could do it.
I could only swim with one hand. I got to hold the can above the water.
Yeah,
and do one of these.
Yeah, that's
bro.
what he did.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys.
Actually, that's probably true. I think that is what he did.
Yeah, for sure. That was the beer stroke for sure. He must listen to the show. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Let's have more of that.
For
you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah, man. Sweet. Well, thumbs up.
Bro, you got to be pretty crazy to go get an eagle too, man. You ever see their talons and their
beak? They're
beak?
mean as fuck, man. They're mean.
How do you know that thing's not going to fucking scratch your eye out or bite your nose off?
They are beautiful birds,
man.
Though.
They are. Dude,
I didn't know.
When we were kids, we had a cockatoo and a blue and gold macaw.
Oh, yeah, we're one of those families.
Huh? Oh, no, I'm just saying we had them for a period.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm going to tell you right now, those beaks, they'll bite your motherfucking finger off.
Yeah. That's why you shouldn't have them.
You get bit by one of those, it ain't like getting bit by one of the ducks.
Oh, fuck no, bro.
It's like it's like a pair of pliers on your finger.
Look at that thing, bro.
Yeah.
No. I did learn the other day, though, that apparently, bald eagles, they only get that white top till they're like 8 years old.
Yeah.
Like full-blown mature adults.
Yeah.
They don't even have it until they reach that maturity.
Yeah. Well, we got a whole bunch of them right over here.
By the Merrimack? Yeah. We see them all the time. Yeah.
I was on the phone with Hani the other day, and one flew over my head, like 15 feet over my head.
Fucking freedom.
It was cool. They're big, bro.
Oh, they're massive.
Yeah.
They're fucking massive. Yeah, man. All right. Well, little America to end the show, man. Guys, Andy, that's all I got.
All right, guys. Hey, don't be a hoe.
Share the show.